Welcome back to First Shift, the series where I, as a side hustle expert, look at fellow gig workers and side hustlers' first ever shifts, which is going to help you out, number one, if you're new, to avoid common mistakes that I guarantee you're going to see in some of these videos. Number two, if you're experienced, like myself, that maybe there's some things that we've overlooked, maybe some mistakes that we are still making that we're not aware of. So today I have Desiree and her first ever Amazon Flex shift.
For this block, I picked from 2 to 5:30.
All right, so there's our shift, 2 to 5:30. Ooh, $75. So immediately, let's figure out, does that pay make sense in your mind? So $75.50, that's throwing on 50 cents. That's kind of interesting. For 3.5 hours, $21.57 per hour. Actually, I mean, knee-jerk reaction, that's not bad.
50 cents. I am currently in Indianapolis,
Cool.
Indiana. The warehouse that I picked is at Greenwood.
Okay, there's the warehouse that I talked about, folks. You may have one, or you're going to have several here. I think we have 3 here in Pittsburgh.
I did apply for Indianapolis almost a year ago, and I finally got accepted.
She signed up almost a year ago. Isn't that? I just did a video. I'll leave it linked either in the pinned comment or up above here. That just things that Flex doesn't tell you, and they don't really tell you that they're not always immediately, well, they're not hiring, well, they're contracting, I should say, because they have a list of available cities that they're recruiting in. If they're not actively recruiting in your marketplace, off to the wait list you go. And Desiree waited almost a year. And the thing with Flex is that kind of makes sense. The wait list on a Flex, I feel like, can be pretty long.
So we just made it here. It is...
Guess down below in the comments, how many stops for a 3.5 hour route? How many stops and packages do you think Desiree got? I'll guess with you. Comment down below right now. 3.5 hours. I'm going to guess in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm going to say they're going to get 40 stops and 43 packages. I'm thinking, sure. Automated check-in. Let me know down below in the comments. So I've heard this, that some markets, you have to go in the warehouse and you get your rack of packages. In San Diego, when I've done this out there, and then here in Pittsburgh, they bring them out to you, as well as having an attendant get your driver's license. There's like kiosks here. Look at that. Check-in kiosk, scan license here. I don't hate that. All right, here we go. All packages scanned. Wow. 26 packages and 25 deliveries. See, all right, I'm going to be honest with you here. This is Desiree's first ever shift. That if you have 3.5 hours, you can get 30 to 40 stops. She only has 25 stops, 26 packages. I'm a little concerned because sometimes the less packages you have, the more miles you're going to drive, because it's like, you know, more space, more miles, I should say, in between the stops. Rewind that. Look at what Desiree's doing.
So bring a Sharpie like I did. I listened. This is 6.
She is organizing by stop. I just started doing it. I know. See, here's the thing. This is a takeaway for you is even if you've done Flex for a while, there may be some things here for you. But I tell you, I started to label and load my vehicle by stop. Well, I did it once, but it's the only way I'm going to do it from now on. That's a good tip.
If you go up to the top right where the barcode is,
here's how you do it.
Come up where you can scan the package, and then in the middle, it'll show you
exactly
what stop that is.
36 minutes and 31 miles to the initial. See, here's the thing with Flex. Here's a big takeaway. Drop a like on this video and let me know any other ideas for first shift videos in this series. So 36 minutes, 31 miles, that's kind of on par with what I got here in Pittsburgh. Now, the good thing with Flex is, look, so many people order on Flex that there's like really densely close stops. So I deliver to this house, 3 houses up, right around the corner, a half block. So they're really dense. So the actual route usually doesn't have a lot of miles. But then, you know, she's going to this Fisher area. How close is her home from that Fisher location? Again, there's commuting miles back home, but these are actual business miles right now. Making the delivery, very good.
All right, so I just went to the bathroom at the clubhouse at this apartment. Make sure you go to the bathroom before you come out.
That's actually a really good tip.
It's doing it at an apartment.
100%.
So far, I haven't had to really give it to somebody. It was never required for me to give it to There have been some customers
Yes.
that were out already, so I just give it to them if they want it, or I just put it on the front door.
Yeah,
Or
if you
more,
do have to hand it off to a customer, I'm trying to remember. There is an option that now that I'm remembering that says handed to customer. So clearly denote that. If it's not there, then you click on deliver to front door, you take a picture, and then you hand it to the customer. But there should always be the option because it says front door, back door, porch, garage, other safe location, or handed to customer. So you should be okay there.
Again, my block ends at 5:30.
Okay.
They always say don't go over it. So if you do have more packages, they advise you just to bring it back to the warehouse.
See,
Exactly.
we learn something new, or at least a refresher every day, folks. So she's saying in Indianapolis, the associates are telling her don't go over. Don't go long. If it's 3.5 hours, if you still have packages and you're at that 3.5 hour mark, they told her to come back to the warehouse. The only time that I went long, I messaged support, and this was probably like 2 years ago, and I asked for more pay. I'm like, guys, like it went a little long. Can you adjust my pay? And they said no. But let me know about that. Have you been told if you go long just to come back? Because I am trying to remember another driver, I think, told me that they did go long and Flex did pay them more. So what's the deal here?
So we're done. The only reason I'm mad is because we have 43 minutes back to the house.
Yep. Oh my gosh. 43 minutes back to the house. By the way, if you want to see my most recent shift when I did a retail delivery, spoiler alert, click on that if you want, but you can watch it after this. I won't fully spoil it for you. I had something very similar at the end of my shift. Wow.
The map in Amazon Flex will take you the longer route. Don't do that. Go ahead and use Google.
Let's talk about this. So Desiree's saying use Google Maps on your way to the warehouse. I'll even expand on that. Should you use the native Amazon Flex navigation or just Google Maps or something else? See, here's the thing. With any other app, I'd say, dude, use Google Maps, use Waze, do not use the native nav. For Flex, to my understanding, it's like the same nav as W2 DSP Amazon drivers. And it tends to be very good as far as keeping you facing straight, minimizing U-turns, which is very nice. Also, approaching on the right side so you're not crossing busy streets. That's very important when you're making all of these stops here. I mean, on the way to the warehouse, do what you want. But I use both now. So I don't just use one or the other. I'll keep both open just to double check that, again, I want to face forward, I want to approach on the right side, etc.
We saw other cars going straight instead of turning right where the...
FYI, some warehouses show good directions to where you need to go and some don't. Coraopolis, Pennsylvania, I'm looking at you. The first shift I did there, because I normally do, where is it? I can't remember. I normally do another warehouse, but I did Coraopolis here in Pittsburgh, and they had like little signs. 2 of them, I think, were even knocked down, and it was a massive warehouse, and I was almost late, actually. You can only be late 5 minutes, and then they cancel that route. I was almost late because I could not find the Flex pickup location. And ironically, that shift, I was the only Flex driver in this massive pickup area. So I think a pretty good shift there, kind of on par with what I'd expect from Flex. The pay was better because you want to get some of that bonus pay, so $21 an hour. And it's just really the crapshoot of where am I going to deliver to, and then how far am I from that ultimate ending destination. But like Desiree mentioned in this video, we'll certainly have this video linked down below for you. It's flexible, it's predictable. She liked the neighborhood, and again, it's going to vary, but she liked the area that she was delivering in. It was very easy, and she seemed to really like it. And in fact, I know she's done several shifts since this first one. So for you, let me know what questions you have down below. If you've done Flex yet, if you're about to do your first shift, or if you're a vet, let us know and comment the next video reaction or even my own experience that you want to see on this first shift series.